So you found yourself in Turkey and you're lucky enough to have gotten tickets for the famous Dogu Express and you want to know what the train is like. This is going to be your comprehensive all-in-one guide as you take the journey with us 26 hours from Ankara to Kars, Turkey's most famous train by a long shot.
I am made to be free.
So there it is. I'm gonna show you all over the train, all the stuff you can expect. We're gonna have some meals on the train, and we'll tell you all about the comfort of the journey and what you can expect as well. We'll tell you the tips for booking it. This is a notoriously difficult train to get tickets for, and we did sort of without any problem. So I got the best tips here for you to get yourself a ticket on this train so that you can take Turkey's most famous railway. Located on the train is, very excitingly this time, a dining car, which has big, beautiful, open, bright windows and a menu that's actually not crazy priced. It'll be a really nice place to grab a tea, have a snack, and spend your time enjoying the view. It's absolutely gorgeous in this dining car. It's about 15 Turkish lira for a water and about the same for a tea. And then actual food is about 100 or 200. So it's actually like very reasonable for having a captive audience. The typical carriage car, couchette car configuration is 4. In the touristic one, it's private cabins of 2, but there's no more private cabins of 2 on the standard Dogu Express. Inside of your cabin is a standard 4, like a 2-in-2 layout. So you have one here and one here. Please excuse the mess, we've already settled in. In this room, we do only have one of the roommates, so one of the beds is free, but then they fold down, they look like this. That's all our junk. And then the bed's down here. Inside of the room, of course, you have a nice big window. And on the other side, you have your controls up here. There's only one plug for the whole sort of cabin, so you're gonna have to, practice your sharing. But there's also light controls and then your temperature control, which so far is working reasonably well. Just below the window, so you get a nice beautiful sunset reflections. There's a little tiny table and then a very tiny garbage can, which holds about a Fanta can and maybe a chocolate bar wrapper. So it's not too big. You usually put a tied up garbage bag at each end of the compartment so you can actually get rid of something of reasonable garbage size. There's storage for luggage underneath the seats and a thinner strip of luggage storage up top. And then each room is equipped with a curtain that you can draw when it's evening time, you want your privacy, and a lockable door. The conductor will be around, he'll give you a little bit of a brief introduction, and then when he's done, he'll give you your bedding. So you should get some sheets and a blanket and a pillowcase to go alongside the pillow. So that means that you're also then responsible for, when you fold down your bed, of course, making it. Here is what the room looks like before we got it all messed up. 4 seats, these fold down into 4 bunks, and this is what the room looks like, totally empty. In the sleeping carriage, there are 2 washrooms. One's located at the front and one at the back. The one at the back is a Western style toilet, and the one at the front is a Turkish or a squat style toilet. They're kept in reasonably good condition, and I'll just show you what one of them looks like now. So this is the Western style bathroom. It's not huge, it's not terribly small. Got the sink, it's got an outlet in case you want to shave. There's your sink button. So paper towel dispenser, that was full when we left, it's empty now. And there was toilet paper that was full when we left, but it's empty now. But you can see for a train bathroom, it's not terrible. Some are in better condition than others. And then the washroom at the front, the Turkish style or the squat style toilet at the front is about the same sort of cleanliness wise and layout wise, it's just obviously has a squat style toilet instead of a Western style. And we've come to a stop here. Where have we stopped? Who knows? What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna head up the train and I'm gonna show you the non-sleeper area. So one car of the train is made up of sleeper carriages for bunk couchettes, but the other 5 cars are seats. So I'm gonna show you those. So you can see as I walk through, the seats are laid out in like a 1-2 configuration. And if I just sit in one of them, they each have a footrest, a tray table, there's coat hooks, and storage above. So it looks like you actually get a decent amount of space before you start invading your neighbor. And the seating carriages are actually kept pretty comfortable. More comfortable, I think, more consistently comfortable than the couchette, the sleeper area. If you had this 26-hour train, the bed is nice. I think you could live, you know, if you had no other options for getting a ticket and you needed to be on the train, you could live with a seat. I think it'd be just fine. Plenty of people do. And it's not according to the rules, but if you're in the sitting side, the seat carriages, and these entryways here in between, this is just where people smoke. So if that's your thing, you can probably get away with it by just joining the crowd. Yeah, it seems crazy to me, but it's just the way it is. While you're on the train, you might find yourself feeling a bit hungry. Here in the restaurant car, you can get regular items, kind of like toast, grilled cheese kind of things, soup. You can get a regular breakfast here, sort of a classically Turkish breakfast, or some dinner items, a chicken doner, ikli, kofta like the meatball dish, or a selection of snacks, chips, cookies, nuts, and then a bunch of drinks. So we are gonna have some dinner here on the train and show you what that's like. It costs about 220 Turkish lira right now, is about $7 US. This is the food that we got, the kofta. It looks like it comes with our rice, with the typical orzo pasta in it, and a little salad. And then we got these lemon sodas, but then they got some buns too, and hand sanitizer. That's important. Being just outside the city of cars, and 26 hours later, we're going to very shortly pull in to Kars train station. We are running about 50 minutes or so delayed. Not too bad for a train of this length. But the trip has been very comfortable, especially as we got a little bit higher up and it started to get into the evening in the last little bit. The temperature really drops. It's been a fairly pleasant trip, actually. I think that some of the issues we had around the temperature inside of the cabin would of course be alleviated by the time of year in which you take the trip. But as a whole, I hope that maybe if you're gonna take the famous Dogu Express, Turkey's most famous train, I hope this video can show you what a trip might look like for you when you take Turkey's famous Dogu Express.